Sam here from Ashdown Jones.
And Phil from Ashdown Jones.
And we're here on another Ask AJ. Now, it's not really an Ask AJ today because it's not something we've been asked, but it's a tell. I had a conversation this morning with a lovely gentleman who might be watching this now, so hello. I'll keep you completely anonymous. And we talked about transparency, and I thought it's a really interesting topic, isn't it, in estate agency, about, you know, when you talk to an agent about a house you're interested in, about how you feel as a buyer, how you feel as the client, the seller, and really whether you feel that everything is being made completely transparent for you in that transaction, that process, or even that communication. So you feel that you're always in kind of control. This particular gentleman wants to put an offer in on a house, and we have several viewings on this house, and what he said he doesn't want to get into is a kind of bidding war, you know, seal bids and all the rest of it. That is difficult for us because sometimes if we get a lot of interest in a house, the best advice we could give to a client is to go for seal bids to make sure the best one goes through. But also what we do look at is what kind of buyer it is, how committed they are, what they are, what their kind of motivation is for moving. Because some people, it's fair to say, that get in a bit of a sort of competitive frenzy when they're thinking about buying a house. We had an episode a couple of weeks ago where somebody tried to gazump another offer. And we have to put it forward by law, and we should be doing that to our clients. But it was £10,000, and our clients turned it down, didn't they?
Yeah.
Because they'd already committed to the previous buyer. And we felt that was the right thing to do. We felt that buyer was a really solid buyer. It's not always the case, and it's sometimes a little bit of guesswork because we can ask for lots of proof and proof of funds and proof of everything we can think of. But ultimately, we do have to take a buyer's word for it sometimes, don't we? But I think the really important thing that came out of the conversation with this gentleman this morning was that, to the best of my ability, I could tell him everything that I knew about that house and about the seller's position so he could make the best decision for himself. And he did bid on a house a while back with a corporate, and then felt that he'd been a corporate estate agent in a different part of the country, not around here, felt like he'd been lied to. And he felt like people hadn't been straight with him, hadn't been transparent with him, and left him in a really difficult position where he lost the house he really wanted, and there was a bidding war going on, and he didn't feel like he was included in the communication. So we were talking about transparency, weren't we? And about how to try to make sure that your dealings with an estate agent, wherever you live in the country, if you're watching this from somewhere else, are as transparent as they can be. And we feel that as an independent agent, I mean, we're Ashdown Jones, this is Ashdown Jones, you're not going to see Mr. and Mrs. Your Move sitting in front of you, or a corporate agent. You're not going to know who the actual owner of that agency is. We have only got our reputation, haven't we?
Yeah, we if word around here gets around very, very fast.
Everybody knows everybody, don't they?
They certainly do. And if we were dishonest or disingenuous with one person, that would spread like wildfire. And it's something we hear, unfortunately, hear often, isn't it?
About other agents, yeah. Not necessarily around here, definitely not. But we do hear in other parts of the country that sometimes, if corporate estate agent incentivises their staff through, financial means and incentives, sometimes that can incentivise and motivate the wrong actions. And we purposefully don't do that. So we pride ourselves on our reputation. We pride ourselves on being as transparent as we possibly can be.
To all sides.
To all sides. We're authentic and genuine in everything that we do. And one of the ways that we prove that to you is by these videos. Because actually just getting in front of the video and talking to you in this way shows you how transparent and genuine we want to show we are. And something that we would suggest is, perhaps if you are considering working with an agent, go and have a look at their social profiles as a person. This is dangerous because they're all going to go and look at ours now. We are friends on Facebook with a lot of our clients, their choice and our choice. We're not going around stalking our clients, but we feel that gives us and them a greater level of accountability and a greater level of trust and communicability. Is that even a word?
We'll go with it. You've got to be careful of your political views, though, haven't you?
Yeah. We're not going to be talking about Trump or on our Facebook page. But we are who we say we are. We have got families. He is my son-in-law.
My jokes are as bad on my personal page as they are on these videos.
Probably worse, actually.
Well, subjective.
And I dare you to go on and work out which football team Phil supports. So yeah, that's one clue you can have about how transparent an agency is really being. Go and have a look at their personal profiles. Do they allow you to be a friend? Can you see what kind of people they are as actual people? Because ultimately, people buy from people, and people buy from people they know, like, and trust, and that's what we're trying to foster here. So, a bit of a roundabout way of saying to you that we pride ourselves on our authenticity and our transparency. And if you don't feel like you're getting that from your agent and you want a greater degree of accountability and transparency, we'd love to hear from you. And that's it, really.
Yeah. I didn't really know what you were talking about. But,
I know. Got a bit of a beam up on it today about this.
Yeah, the situation this morning, it's a nice problem to have, but it's a problem that can quickly go sour if it's not dealt with in the right way.
Yeah.
So just being open and honest with every party. It might annoy some parties if they don't get the answer they quite want, but it will always keep some parties on the right page. Yeah. Whereas if you're not as honest with everyone, then it can quickly turn everybody off. Yeah. Turn everyone away.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, our job as agents is not easy sometimes. Trying to balance the needs of the buyer and the seller when they're conflicting needs means we always have to go with our client who's a seller, and that's not always going to be popular with the buyer, but that is ultimately our job, to make sure that you get what you need. So yeah, we'll see you on Facebook. Bye for now.